Good evening, everyone. Today I decided I wanted to play my Alliance classic character. I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly remember what I left off doing, but I see that there's something for me to turn in, something for me to pick up. There's a few objectives. I feel like I intended to do them off camera, but never did. But I'm gonna start, I think, by picking up this quest called Researching the Corruption. Foolish blood elves toil with demonic magic. Have they not witnessed what happened with the Naga and with the satyrs of Kalimdor? I fear that the blood elves will meet a similar deformation. Azeroth cannot afford to give birth to another vile race of monsters. I wish to study the brainstems of the satyr and Naga, so that I might deduce what fate the elves are headed toward. In Black Fathom Deeps, on the coast of Ashenvale, you will find both satyr and Naga. 'Tis a long journey, Gothgirl. And over here, I have something to turn in, which is a lost master. It can't in good conscience permit you to seek Volker until I've crafted that cloak for you. These will do nicely. I shall set to work on the cloak immediately. Give me a few moments, then return to me. Oh, one more thing. After you've used the enchantment on the cloak, you'll be limited in your interactions with others. If you can help it, do no more than speak to others. Much more than that could dispel the illusion. I shall get started right away. Now, where was my needle and thread? Or thread and needle? Ah, there it is. The cloak is complete. The time has come to find Volkor. I can only hope we are in time. The cloak's magic, once invoked, will not last long. Perhaps 5 minutes. It will be up to you to know when to use it. I would suggest waiting until you find Grimclaw. If what he has told me is true, you will find his master in a cave south of here. Grimclaw will be alongside the road waiting for you. Signal to him by waving when you see him, and he'll point the way towards his master. Tinethys begins to cast a spell as you take the cloak from him. Go now, find Volkor, and remember, the magics protecting you will fail if you interact with anyone, save for talking. Right. Yeah, I believe this. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I remember this quest. But it should be fine if I were to go at least pick up that beached sea turtle and possibly do those. I'm at least gonna definitely pick up the beached sea turtle because it's pretty easy. I think I just have to kill some murlocs and pick it up. This one I don't have to worry about because there's more mobs of it down here. But I'll probably... Oh, I hope I filled that bowl. Maybe I'll just go and pick up a bunch of sea creatures off the beach in this video. I'm very scatterbrain Jane today. Very ADHD. I don't know what I want to do. It's hard to make up my mind. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. As I usually say in the beginning of my videos, just because I'm not sure if my daughter's gonna wake up from sleep, and if she does, I'll have to cut the video off. I'm gonna try not to worry about herb collecting, which if I do end up staying on the beaches, shouldn't be a problem. But at some point I know I do want to go down and at least turn in like this Buzzbox quest. And maybe turn in the Absent-Minded Prospector. That is a quest that you'll definitely want a group for at this level. It is one of the difficult ones in Ashen Vale, along with this quest here, Gyromast's Retrieval. Because the elite that spawns from that one it hits quite hard. I remember a while back, I did that quest and I think I was like level appropriate because it says level 20, and I remember that mob two-shotting me. So well, yeah, I see there's druid quests here. So I'll probably actually make a stop in Moonglade in this video as well. See the beached remains. Where usually there's murlocs. The skeletal remains of a sea turtle lie in the sand of the northern Darkshore beaches. The gray mist murlocs have either not found this carcass, or perhaps they have and are shying away from it for some unknown reason. Regardless, there is enough of the turtle left to take a sample back to Gwyneth Bly Legande in Aberdeen for the Temple of the Moon to study. Well, that answers that. I think I'll do this tower of Alpha while I'm up here. I don't remember this part of it being too difficult. It's just killing a few mobs or quest item. Now this has sent you? Then it is good tidings you bring. I have troubling news to report to her, and had no means with which to deliver it. A group of warlocks has taken up residence around and inside the tower. I would have returned to Aberdeen to report to Alyssa earlier, but I was afraid that I might miss something while I was away. Delgren suspected such a company might be gathering at the tower, but did not know why. A few scraps of parchment that the warlocks carry have found their way to my hands, but I need more to complete the puzzle. I warn you not to venture into the tower, however. The warlocks there are much more powerful. Yeah, so I just have to kill some of these guys. There's some pages. Let's get a food buff going. I can't tell if that looks like it's a bot just kind of standing there, possibly farming these guys. I wish I had decurse. 20% chance to heal enemy target on hit. That sounds horrible. I really wish I had decurse. Did I think to buy any water? Nope. I don't want to use the milk yet because that is kind of a higher level beverage. And this character is very broke. I don't even know if I bought her newest spells. Well, I'm waiting for my mana. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna pick this Mage Royal. There are a lot of herbs around this tower. Kills me how slow it is. I swear I just saw somebody behind here. I did. You are sneaky. I just happened to catch her moving between the trees a little bit. Like a frame. That is one of the things that I really dislike about questing in Darkshore is I can't tab target through these trees. I can cast through them, but I can't tab target. So I kind of have to like maneuver around them to find if there's an enemy. And you can sometimes accidentally pull things that you don't mean to in the process of kind of scoping it out. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the sides as well. At least that curse fell off. I don't know how far she comes out, so I'm a little cautious. Of course, she cursed me with that. I'm gonna make sure that I don't get too trapped in here. Nature's Grasp. Root her. And run away. To come back for the loot. I had a feeling she was gonna pull because right before I hit with the spell, they both like took a step toward each other. Inch around her. Have you found any more of their scrolls? I should be able to piece together a large picture of the cult if you can find them. Many thanks. This should shed some light on this warlock's gathering. Cult of the Dark Strand. I have never heard of this group before. Having no knowledge of their history, it is all but impossible to say what their plans must be. There is no time to delay. Warning must be delivered to Delgrin immediately. My master, Delgrin the Purifier, is a paladin who has graciously offered his assistance in defending our forests from the forces of the demons and undead. He has taught me much about holy magic or holy light and the art of battle. Delgrin must know of the cult's operations immediately. You will find him far south of here, at Maestra's post in Ashenvale Forest. Be swift. I fear the Dark Strand's threats grows with each passing hour. And he gave me a letter that says, Master Delgrin, it is as you feared. Your theory about the Tower of Althalax has proven true. A cult has gathered at the tower with many warlocks amongst their number, including even a foul satyr. They call themselves the Cult of the Dark Strand. I cannot imagine what vile purpose brings them together, but it worries me. Please forgive the terseness in which I have composed this missive, but danger lurks in the forest around me, and I can spare few words to describing the situation. I would deliver this message to you myself, but I fear to leave, lest I miss some event of great import. Should you wish to know more of my observations on the Tower of Althalax, the bearer of this message has provided no small amount of assistance to me, and I believe she can be trusted. Okay. It's going to be a little while before I turn that in, because that is all the way down here. And, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport to Moonglade and turn in those druid quests. There is a vendor. Perfect. Because I have very little extra space. Oh my god. Very, very little extra space. A lesson to learn. Salutations, young druid. The time has come for you to know our aquatic form. It is one that lets you move freely and indefinitely through water. You will find this aspect a useful tool and a blessing, but it is one that must be earned before it is mastered. You will face two trials to overcome. The first will test your ability to work in water under pressure. The second will test your resolve to understand the aspects of the form itself. Stand ready, as the time of testing is now upon us. I'm gonna wait a second before I take that, because it is a timed quest. Lessons anew. Greetings, young druid. I'm glad to see you ready and eager to learn about the curing of poisons. While most druids in the past were put through pre-planned trials, your work will involve no such thing. There has been a rash of animal poisonings in Aberdeen, and the village there has been unable to cure it. To that end, a representative there has asked Moonglade for aid, and we are sending you there to aid them. This is no exercise. The work you'll do is quite real. Bear this in mind. The principal source. The Cliff Spring Falls in Darkshore serves as the principal source of drinking water for the region, and now I suspect it is the principal source of the poison that is harming the local fauna, deer specifically. Use this sampler to draw some water from the mouth of the cave. Be careful, as dangerous Naga now reside in the cave by the falls. Once filled, deliver it to Landrian Night Song in Aberdeen. She is the one that requested our aid, and you will work with her to address this malady. And then Trial of the Lake. For your first trial, search the depths of Lake Elunara to locate a shrine bauble. It decays rapidly, so proceed with it to the shrine of Remulos post haste. Use the bauble at the shrine, and then speak with Taraji there. She is one of Moonglade's most trusted wardens. You only have a set amount of time to complete the task. You may be competing against other druids searching for baubles themselves. Mental and physical dexterity will be critical to your success. Good luck. Let's show a timer. Okay, I just had to scroll down a bit. Ooh. Took a little bit of fall damage there, but it's okay. I was gonna say there should be a, is it called a cutoff? Where it gets really deep? And then I'm just going to use teleport again to bring me back up onto the land. Because I don't want to waste time swimming around looking for how to find a shore that I can reach. And we're bringing it over here. For some reason I was thinking I was going to have to use my Hearthstone when finishing these quests, but they offer a flight path back to the Arthurian village, which in turn there's a free flight path back to Aberdeen. So I just use it. Complete the aquatic time trial. Well now, it looks like yet another druid has successfully completed the trial of the lake. Well done, my young friend, well done. As I've said, my name is Tajari. It is my duty and my privilege to serve as a warden for Moonglade, and specifically this shrine. Keeper Relmulos guides the Cenarian Circle in preservation of nature and balance, and his shrine serves as a lasting tribute to such. By using the bauble here, it serves as a nod to the importance of this place within the circle. Trial of the Sea Lion. For the second trial, you'll need the two halves that make the pendant of the sea lion. One half draws power from the agility of the sea lion aspect, gliding through water. The other draws power from the incredible endurance of the sea lion aspect. Druids draw on both these traits equally to embody the aspect of their aquatic form. Speak with locals of Moonglade to learn where the parts may lie, and bring both here to join them together. Once formed, take the pendant to Dendrite Starblaze. So I actually have done this quest so many times that I don't need to speak to the locals. I can just tell you guys one is up here, and the other is all the way in Westfall here. So I will probably be acquiring those off camera, just because it'll take a lot of running on foot. Did it that way. To go and get them. So there's no point in me doing it on camera, really. So again, I'm just gonna portal back over here and run over to the flight path. It is going, I'm just looking at this quest that I picked up at the beginning of the video. It's going to be a long while before I'm able to do that. Especially because, so there's these servers that I believe stay classic for good. And then there's the anniversary servers for classic, which they did tweak them a little bit. So for instance, like there is a type of looking for group tab in those anniversary servers, where you can like list yourself as tank, DPS, or healer, and people can put groups together based off of those listings. These classic servers don't have that, which is going to make getting a group together for Black Fathom Deeps a little more of a pain. It just means I'll have to go into trade chat and probably try and put together a group myself, or possibly keep an eye out in like the local general chat when I get over to Ashenvale. But either way, it'll be a while before I'm able to do that. I'm pretty sure level 24 is the level that is the minimum to enter that dungeon anyways. And as I'm only level 18 right now, it's gonna take a while. And I'm pretty sure there are a few more quests that I pick up for Black Fathom Deeps before I get to level 24. In fact, I'm just gonna, I could do it this way. Yeah, actually, that is one right there, pretty sure. So I'm actually gonna go pick that up while I'm here. And I just want to also check to see if I ever picked up my level 18 quests. I assume I did, but it's been a little while since I've recorded on this character, so I could be mistaken. I'm just, I guess, focusing on where I'm going. Let's see. Oh, I never did. Okay. There was a lot that I needed to pick up. I'm gonna put hibernate on my bars, fairy fire, date entangling roots, and nature's grasp, and regrowth. Good thing I checked. In search of Theorid. Many rumors circulate these days about the union of the Twilight's Hammer and the Naga in Black Fathom Deeps on the coasts of Ashenvale. My role here with the Argent Dawn is to collect as much information as I can so we know when and where help is needed. It has been weeks now since I sent a scout to check on the activity at Black Fathom Deeps. Sergeant Guard Thalrid has not yet reported back. My other scouts are preoccupied with pressing matters. Seek out and aid Thalrid for me. All right. It doesn't sound like he's actually in the instance, though. It's hard to tell for sure. I guess we'll find out eventually. I know they're researching the corruption to collect the brain stems. If I remember correctly, or if it's the same in Classic, I don't think you have to go into the instance. I think the enemies that are in the caves outside of the instance also drop the quest item. But I'm sure that those enemies are still 24 appropriate and nowhere near my level. So now I have to fly back to Aberdeen. And I think I'm going to make sure that... Oh yeah, duh, it says filled cleansing bowl. It would have said empty cleansing bowl had I not filled it. And I think I'm going to turn in the sea turtle remains. And then I think I'm going to run all the way down here and turn in that Buzzbox quest. And probably call it for the video, because I feel like running to places in Classic without any kind of mount or speed buff, travel form or anything, I feel like it takes forever. Which, you know, it's fine, but like for recording's sake, I'm sure it's not very entertaining unless I have something to talk about to fill the space between. I should be high enough level soon to also make the trek over to Stormwind. Beached sea turtle. Hello once again, goth girl. Have you found any more beached creatures that the Temple of the Moon should know about? It is interesting that the Murlocs were not present at this site. We will keep this in mind as we study this creature's remains. Thank you for your effort. The Temple of the Moon would like for me to give you this as compensation for your time. I think I'm gonna take the beach down south. I'm hoping this warlock, judging by his level, is possibly heading the same way as me, but he's veering off into the water, so probably not. Did not mean to cast the thorns twice. I'm not going to be able to grab all of these, but I'll grab the couple that are on the way south. To that buzz box. Of course, I will have to fight these murlocs, but they are pretty low level, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. It's more just like my mana that'll give me issues. I'll have to keep space free in my inventory as well. I forgot to grab water while I was in town. It's a shame I can't just take a little sip out of this lake. I wonder what level I get Starfire at. Maybe it's 20. Because I know at level 20, like, most classes get a decent amount of spells. You find a corpse of sea turtle that had beached itself on the coast of Darkshore some time ago. It has been scavenged by the murlocs who have encamped themselves around the creature's remains. Still, there appear to be some suitable samples left on the creature's remains that Gwyneth Blylagande in Aberdeen might be able to make use of. It's such a mouthful of a name. Blylagande. Farther this way though. Always healing himself. Just wait for a little more mana. I see another two murlocs hiding behind there. I'm caving. I'm using the milk. Hoping it doesn't pull both of these guys. Did. Hey, it's our warlock friend coming to use my success. But it looks like one found him anyways. The corpse of what appears to be some sort of giant sea mammal lies partially gutted on the beach. A wheelbarrow and various tools lie abandoned by this enormous beached sea creature, as though an attempt to study it had been made previously. Though murlocs have scavenged this beast, enough of it remains to gather a suitable sample for Gwyneth by Legande in Aberdeen. I am now stuck within the remains. And then I'm just going to I'm just gonna head up and try and find a way through all these bears to turn in that buzz box. These. We'll see how this goes. Trying to dodge around these furbolgs and whatever animals are hiding behind trees. I think I can just get away with killing this bear. And I probably won't even have to do that. Perfect. Buzzbox 525. You hear singing coming from Buzzbox 525. Though crawler wines sweet, and thresher ale fine, and moonstalker moonshine ish grand, there's nothing so dear as a thistlebear beer, and soon I shall have chum on hand. The hatch is open and awaits the 4 grizzled scalps as you hear the song repeated over and over. So you got the scalps in. That's so great. What? Well, yes, I suppose you have realized I can speak to you without the materials in the machine, but I was telling the truth when I said they were broken. See, in addition to being communication tools, the buzz boxes also brew and distill fine liqueur. Sorry for any deception, but night elves do not appreciate my liquor trade in the towns. I put something special in this box to show my gratitude for your efforts. Enjoy. My inventory is full. Alright, I'll get rid of the tiger's eye and these murloc eyes. There we go. I think, well, I'll hearth and turn in this other beached, these two, I guess, beached sea creatures. Beached sea turtle. Hello, goth girl. Do you have any discoveries of creatures that have washed ashore to report on? Another discovery for us to research. Well done. These remains will be properly studied once they get to Darnassus. Please accept this small honorarium in exchange for the remains you have provided for our study. Beached sea creature. Greetings once again. What brings you back to Aberdeen? Are you here to report on another discovery, perhaps? Ah, I believe you discovered one that was originally being examined by the Explorers League. They have a presence here in Darkshore, and they have mentioned that they were studying one of the beached creatures until they were chased out by the Murlocs, who appear to have succeeded where we both have not. Please accept this honorarium on behalf of the Temple of the Moon. Alright, I am going to call it there. I'm probably going to do these quest objectives off camera. And possibly just kill some things to level this character up, especially to get a mana pool to be a bit bigger, so I may be waiting around less for mana. And then I'm probably also going to take her over to Stormwind, especially if I'm going to get that Trial of the Sea Lion, which basically I'm going to take that boat that you see barely in the distance there. It's going to bring me up here to the wetlands in Menethil Harbor. I'm going to have to run all the way down to Iron Forge and then take the tram down to Stormwind here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good night, guys. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.